The big picture of what we need to do in energy is we need to electrify everything. We need to stop burning fossil fuels for heating, for transport, and we need to replace that with electrical energy use. And that means we need to generate a tremendous amount of electricity that we don't currently. We're going to need to triple the size of generation. The way to do that in a low carbon way is to use wind, solar, nuclear, hydro, geothermal, sources of energy that don't emit a lot of carbon. Those sources are highly intermittent in general, especially wind and solar, meaning we will have lots of excess power at times of day and in parts of the country. That is guaranteed given a massive overbuild of renewables that we need to make the transition. Bitcoin miners, as flexible consumers of power, are able to come in and consume that excess electricity and pay for it. And that addresses the problems of renewable build out by providing another additional revenue stream for renewable generators. I think I share the ultimate goals of people who are attacking Bitcoin mining, because those people want to address climate change. They want to address wasteful consumption. I think they're horribly misguided, because Bitcoin mining is actually a tool to make the transition to a greener grid. It's a tool to address methane emissions. And they are fighting the thing that would actually help us make the transition that they want and that I want. So it's a terrible misunderstanding. This is not a zero-sum battle of ideologies. It's actually just an incredible mistake.
An environmental disaster.
People imagine that Bitcoin mining is this extractive industry using a precious resource that others need, a scarce resource, when in fact, Bitcoin uses only the cheapest energy available by design. And that energy is going to be wasted energy. Either it's stranded in space, like it's remote hydroelectric electricity, or it's stranded in time. It's solar during the middle of the day when the grid doesn't need it. It's the kind of power that is not scarce, but abundant. That's what Bitcoin uses. And by using abundant power, Bitcoin actually helps our energy system rather than stressing it. Bitcoin mining is a tremendously powerful tool for making an energy transition to a greener grid and for mitigating methane. And people have exactly the opposite impression of what Bitcoin mining is. I myself went through this journey. I stopped mining in 2011 because I had concerns about how Bitcoin mining could impact the environment. On deeper inspection, Bitcoin mining is the very opposite. I think it's a tool to help us make a transition to a greener grid. Methane is a very potent greenhouse gas. It's 80 times as warming over a 20-year period. It's 25 times as warming as CO2 over a 100-year period. And it's what the UN calls our biggest lever in the fight against climate change. It's responsible for up to 1/3 of all warming. And it's coming from sources as varied as the oil and gas industry, coal, agriculture, landfills, wastewater treatment facilities. It's a ubiquitous chemical compound that is highly warming. It's increasing in volume. Bitcoin miners, because they are portable, flexible, scalable, are able to find points of methane emission and locate mining operations there, use a generator to burn the methane, create electrical energy, and mine on site. I care about Bitcoin because I see humanity on the verge of making a tremendous mistake. We have a powerful tool for advancing our civilization, and a number of misunderstandings are standing in the way of humanity taking advantage of this tool. And you can't watch that happen without taking action.